After Return of the Fly, Vincent next appeared in his final film of the 1950s, the suspense-laden thriller, The Bat. Renowned mystery writer Cornelia van Gorder, played by Agnes Moorehead, rents a spooky mansion known as the Oaks for the summer to write a new novel. Accompanying her is her maid Lizzie, played by Lanita Lane, and a team of servants, all of whom are nervous about a masked killer that stalked the area the previous winter that the police referred to as the Bat. The mansion is owned by local bank president John Fleming. Cornelia stops by the bank on business and learns that the bank's safe deposit vaults have been robbed of over $1 million in securities. Bank owner Fleming, played by Harvey Stevens, is away on a hunting trip with his physician, Dr. Malcolm Wells, played by Vincent Price. Bank Vice President Victor Bailey, played by Mike Steele, is arrested for the crime. Turns out Fleming actually robbed the bank himself and has hidden the money somewhere inside his mansion. He admits the crime to Dr. Wells and makes him a proposition. He offers to split the money 50-50 in return for a report to officials that he died in an accident. He suggests they murder their hunting guide, a hermit who lives alone and won't be missed, and substitute his corpse for himself. While discussing it, they hear an odd sound from outside and find the woods ablaze from a forest fire. Wells grabs a hunting rifle and shoots Fleming while he's distracted by the fire.
As soon as I provide that body we were talking about.
A few days later, Cornelia learns of Fleming's death in the local newspaper, where it's reported that he died in a forest fire. Lizzie also informs Cornelia of strange noises she's been hearing in the middle of the night in the mansion, and that the rest of the house staff, besides herself, have left. As they prepare to turn in for the evening, the women are startled to see a gloved hand reach toward them from outside and realize the killer, known as the Bat, is stalking them. They call the police and lock themselves inside a bedroom. That night, the Bat sneaks into the house and releases a live bat into their room through a transom over the door. It bites Lizzie on the arm, and they call Dr. Wells to come look at it. Turns out Dr. Wells has been doing research on bats and rabies, and he rushes right over. He inspects her bite, then catches the bat and assures her she's okay, the creature wasn't rabid. Lieutenant Anderson of the police department, played by Gavin Gordon, shows up at the house. He discovers a hole cut out of a pane of glass where the bat broke into the house. He and Wells verbally spar a bit, each suspicious of the other's motives. A secretary for the bank named Judy Hollander, played by Darla Hood, is set to testify in the bank trial. Cornelia invites her and Bailey's wife, Dell, to stay the weekend with her. She's convinced that the money is hidden somewhere there in the house. What follows is a night of intrigue, suspicion, and murder, as there is a race to uncover the plans to the house and find the hidden loot. The identity of the Bat remains a mystery until the end of the film, with a variety of suspects woven throughout the plot, including Cornelia's butler Warner, played by John Sutton, and Dr. Wells himself. However, Dr. Wells is thoroughly removed from suspicion when he is murdered in his laboratory by the Bat. This film was both written and directed by Crane Wilbur, who also wrote the screenplay for House of Wax in 1953. It is based on the 1920 Broadway play of the same name. There were 2 previous versions of The Bat filmed, both also based on the play, The Bat in 1926 and The Bat Whispers in 1930, both directed by Roland West. The Bat follows the tried and true old dark house formula and is great hokey fun. Agnes Moorehead puts in a terrific performance in the lead, and Price is great as the cunning Dr. Wells, simultaneously scheming and sympathetic. It is a bit stuffy by today's standards, and I found the maid Lizzie a bit irritating, but overall it's definitely worth checking out. This was Price's last big screen appearance with actors John Sutton, Gavin Gordon, and Agnes Moorehead, all of whom he had worked with previously. Of special note is actress Darla Hood, who played Judy Hollander. She is best remembered as Darla of the Little Rascals TV show. By the end of the 1950s, Vincent Price had become a household name, due in large part to the overwhelming success of House of Wax, as well as the numerous television game show appearances and dramas, radio programs, Broadway plays, lectures, and personal appearances he made during those years. In addition, he also published his first book, I Like What I Know, a visual autobiography, in 1959. Vincent Price had established himself as an art expert and cultured Renaissance man, as well as an excellent character actor with a flair for horror and dark humor. This would serve him well over the next decade as he embarked on a golden period of unprecedented fame and popularity. Be sure and join me back here for more of the fantastic films of Vincent Price as we explore the busiest decade of the actor's career, the 1960s.